Hello, I am Pramod Kumar. Today we will study accountancy. Our chapter is cash flow statement, and we have divided this chapter in 6 parts. And right now will discuss first part. In this part, we will discuss introduction, objectives, benefits, cash and cash equivalent, cash flows, classification of activities for preparation of cash flow statement, and cash flow from operating activities, right? So we already know that primarily we talk of two financial statements: position statement, which shows financial position of an enterprise as at the end of a period. Financial position as at the end of the period, say 31/3/2020, right? This is balance sheet. And another is income statement, which shows results of operating activities of an enterprise during a period, right? So that will be 2019-2020, during a particular period, say 1 year. And in India, generally it is 1st of April to 31st of March. Okay. As per Accounting Standards 3, issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, earlier we used to have changes in financial position. Changes in financial position by way of fund flow statement. Changes in financial position by way of fund flow statement. Subsequently, Accounting Standards 3 mandate that listed companies need to furnish cash flow statements along with their annual financial statements, right? So now three major financial statements we discuss: balance sheet, profit and loss account, and cash flow statement. It has been mandated by under Accounting Standards 3, which is laid down by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, right? So AS3 issued by ICAI, changes in financial position, fund flow statement. Now it has been revised, and now it deals with, it mandates that all listed companies should furnish, prepare and submit cash flow statement along with financial statements, means along with balance sheet and profit and loss account, right? It is mandatory for all listed companies. Now we go ahead. What is a cash flow statement? Cash flow statement provides information about historical changes in the position of cash and cash equivalents. Cash flow statement provides detailed information about historical changes in the position of cash and cash equivalents. We'll discuss what is cash and what is cash equivalent later on, right? Cash equivalent of an enterprise by classifying cash flows into three activities. By classifying cash flows into three activities: operating, investing, and financing. Means these are the three activities through which cash flows into an entity or flows out of an entity, and based on this cash flow statement is prepared, right? Into three activities: operating, investing, financing. It is to be prepared annually along with financial statements, means balance sheet and profit and loss account. Okay. Now we go to objectives. What are the objectives of cash flow statement, right? The main objective, we will discuss a few objectives: to provide useful information about cash flows of an enterprise during a particular period of time, say 1 year. To provide useful information about the cash flows, outflows, inflows of an enterprise during a particular period of time, say a period of 1 year, right? Under headlines, operating activities, investing activities and financing activities, right? It is also useful, cash flow statement is also useful in providing users who use the cash flow statement. It could be inside an enterprise, outside an enterprise, whosoever uses this, users, useful in providing users to assess ability of an enterprise to generate cash flows, ability of an enterprise to generate cash flows, cash or cash equivalent, and needs of the enterprise. What are the needs of the enterprise to utilize these cash flows? So two things, what are the capabilities of the entity, enterprise, to generate cash, and what are the needs of the enterprise to use that cash, generated cash, right? Economic decisions that are taken by users require evaluation of ability of an enterprise to generate cash, and evaluation of ability of an enterprise to generate cash, cash equivalent, and the timing and the certainty of the cash flow generation. The timing and the certainty of cash flow generation, these things are seen by the users of cash flow statements, right? Then these are the objectives which we have discussed. Then what are the benefits from cash flow statement? Nothing is without any reason, right? So what are the benefits of cash flow statement? The information provided in cash flow statement, enables its users, whosoever uses cash flow statement, to evaluate changes in net assets of an enterprise, right? Cash flow statement benefits. The information contained in cash flow statement enables users of the cash flow statement to evaluate changes in net assets of an enterprise, its financial structure, liquidity, solvency, financial structure, liquidity, solvency, ability to affect amount and timing of cash generation, ability to affect amount and timing of cash generation by the particular enterprise. These are the benefits, right? It also enables the users to develop specific models. By studying cash flow statements, a user may be able to develop specific models for what? To assess and compare present value of future cash flows. A user may be able to evaluate, assess and compare present value of future cash flows, right? What is the present value of future cash flows? Okay. Then another benefit is it also enhances comparability. It also enhances comparability of reporting of operating cash flows. It also enhances comparability. We can compare of reporting of operating performance of an entity or various entities. We can compare various entities based on this, right? And cash flow statement also helps in balancing cash inflows and outflows. By looking at the cash flow statement, a user may be able to suggest what are the things to be done to balance cash inflows and outflows, keeping in response to the changing conditions. The needs of the cash for a particular enterprise will change from time to time. So at no 2 points of time, generally, the need of an enterprise for cash will be the same. It keeps on changing with changing times and changing business environment, right? So those are the benefits. Now, what is cash and what is cash equivalent? There is a thin difference between the two. As per Accounting Standard 3, cash and demand deposits maintained with banks are called cash. Cash maintained by an enterprise, retained by an enterprise, and that enterprise demand deposits with the banks are called cash. And what are the cash equivalents? Cash equivalents, we need to see that there are 4 major conditions which are met, right? It must be short term, right? It must be short term, easily convertible, we are talking of cash equivalent, right? Cash we have discussed, physical cash plus demand deposits maintained with banks are called cash. Now what are cash equivalents? Cash equivalents are not exactly cash, but they are treated equal to cash if they meet 4 conditions. What are those conditions? First, the investment must be short term. Second, it must be highly liquid. Easily convertible. Whatever I am having equivalent to cash, I must be able to convert it into cash easily. And it must be invested for a short term, and it must be invested in something which is highly liquid, right? Highly liquid investment, and readily convertible, easily, or you can say readily convertible. There should not be any delay involved in converting it into cash. If there is delay, it cannot be considered as cash equivalent. And the fourth thing is, the investment must be, there must be insignificant risk of reduction of value. Suppose I have invested 100 rupees in something which meets this parameter, this one and this one, but there is a risk of its going down by 5% or 10%, then it cannot be considered as cash equivalent, right? The fourth is insignificant risk. What is insignificant risk of change in value? Means its value must remain the same, or insignificant risk, negligible risk, right? Those are called cash equivalent, right? So we have discussed cash and cash equivalent. These investment may be of up to 3 months tenure, up to 3 months. They must be short term, readily convertible into cash, highly liquid investment, and insignificant risk of change in value. If there is more than insignificant risk, we cannot treat it as cash equivalent, right? Now we will discuss cash flows. What are cash flows? If cash comes in, that is cash inflow. If cash goes out, that is cash outflow, right? And the net result will be, either it will be cash surplus or it will be cash deficit. and we have already discussed that we will discuss it through three activities: operating activity, investing activity, and financing activity, right? So what are cash flows? So in order to understand it very simply, movement of cash in and out due to some non-cash transaction. What is cash flow? Movement of cash in and out arising out of some non-cash transaction, right? Then suppose I am receiving cash, so that is cash inflow. I am paying cash, that is cash outflow, right? Then receipt is inflow, payment is outflow, because when I pay, money cash goes out. When I receive, money comes in, right? Now cash management. What is cash management? It involves investment of excess cash in cash equivalents. What is cash management? Cash management involves investment of cash into cash equivalent. Why? Cash in itself will not give any return. Suppose an enterprise is having 1 lakh rupees of cash. If the enterprise holds it for 1 year, it will remain, even after 1 year, it will remain 1 lakh rupees. There will be no change. It won't become 1 lakh 1 rupee. So cash, so what did we say? Cash management, right? What is cash management? We have already discussed. Cash management includes investment of excess cash in cash equivalents, so that the entity, the enterprise, gains something by way of interest or return on its investment, right? So that is, we have discussed cash flows, right? Now we discuss classification of activities required for preparation of cash flow statement. So as we have already discussed, as per accounting standard 3, we need to carry on 3 activities: cash flow out of operating activities, cash flows out of investing activities, and cash flows out of financing activities, right? All these 3 combined together become cash flow statement. All these 3 combined together, when we combine all this, then we get cash flow statement, right? Now we go ahead. Classification of actions we have discussed. Classification of activities for preparation of cash flow statement. As per accounting standard 3, operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities, these 3 combined together are called activities required for preparation of cash flow statement, right? These activities helps the users of cash flow statement to assess impact of cash, impact of these activities on financial position of the enterprise. When we see all these, then when a user sees all this, then the user is in a position to assess impact of these activities, operating, cash from investing, cash from financing activities on the enterprise, and also on its cash and cash equivalent. What are the impacts these are having on the cash and cash equivalent of the firm, entity, right? Now we will discuss one of the 3 activities in this part 1, right? What do we discuss? Cash from operating activities. So what is operating activity? Right? Operating activities are activities which are carried out by an enterprise as its prime, main, principal activity. Suppose I manufacture bicycles in my factory. I have got a factory, I manufacture bicycles. Then manufacturing of bicycles is my primary activity, is my operating activity. So whatever cash flows, whether incoming or outgoing, on account of my main activity of manufacturing of bicycles, that is called cash from operating activities, right? Operating activities are activities that constitute primary or main activity of an enterprise. They are not financing activities or they are not investing activities. They are the main primary activities of the particular entity, enterprise, and it is called operating activities, right? Now, they are principal revenue generating activities for that particular enterprise, my enterprise, bicycle manufacturing factory. So, bicycle manufacturing, whatever comes out of that main activity is the main revenue generating. This activity of manufacturing of bicycles is the main revenue generating activity for my factory. Main revenue generating activity, right? They are principal or main revenue generating activities, and they are not investing activity, they are not financing activities, they are operating activities, right? Amount of cash from operations, it's very important. Amount of cash from operations or operating activities of an enterprise shows internal solvency. What is the solvency? Solvency is the extent to which assets of an enterprise cover its liabilities, right? So, amount of cash from operations or operating activities shows internal solvency and internal solvency level of the company, particular company, and which is regarded as key indicator of extent to which operations of that particular entity have generated sufficient cash or cash equivalent out of its operating activities, main activity, principal, primary activity, and whether that cash is sufficient or not, right? Sufficient cash flows to maintain operating capability of that enterprise. Whether the amount of cash generated by that particular entity out of the operating activity is sufficient to maintain operating capability of that enterprise, whether it is sufficient or insufficient, right? Paying dividends, whether they are able to pay dividends out of the cash generated. Making of new investments need to be made periodically so that the company goes on for a long time, it remains in operations for a long time, right? And repaying of loans without external assistance. Suppose the entity has availed some loan, so whether they have been able to generate enough cash to repay the loan without availing another loan, right, from their own cash generation, right, without recourse to external assistance, financial assistance, right? They generally result cash from operating activities generally results from transactions and other events that enter into determination of net profit or loss, right? So what did we say? They generally result, what generally result? Cash from operating activities generally result from transactions and other events that enter into determination of net profit or loss for that particular enterprise, right? So we will discuss certain items in order to make the concept clear. Cash from operating activities. So let us talk first of inflow. As we discussed, suppose I am having a factory where I manufacture bicycles, right? So we will discuss what could be the items of inflow and outflow. So what could be inflow? When I receive cash received on sale of goods and services. Suppose I sell my goods, I manufacture bicycles and sell, I manufacture bicycle parts and sell. So whatever cash I receive, that is inflow, it comes into my business. Cash received on sale of goods and services. Cash received on royalties, right? Fees, I charge some fee, I give some service, charge some fee. Commission, other revenue, right? Cash received on sale of goods and services, cash received on royalties, fees, commission, other revenue, right? I am rendering service, I am earning some fee, commission, other revenue, right? Now, these are the major items of inflows. What could be major items of outflows? I make cash payment for purchase of goods and services. See, when I am manufacturing bicycles, I need a number of goods, I need a number of services. So when I make cash payment to them, that is outflow, that money goes out, right? And when I make cash payment to or on behalf of my employees, right? When I make cash payment to my employees or on behalf of my employees, cash goes out, cash is going out, right? And when I make cash payment towards insurance premium, when I am having a factory, I will have life insurance, I will have general insurance, all kinds of insurance I will have. When I am paying insurance premium, cash is going out, that is cash outflow. And if I have availed some loan and I am repaying cash payment, what happens? Will it come under operating activities or not? It will not come under operating activities. So here what do we write? Cash payment towards income tax. If I am paying income tax, cash is going out, that is outflow, right? Just we are trying to understand the basics, right? So here, suppose I am having a bicycle manufacturing factory. So what could be the items of cash inflow? When I receive cash on sale of goods and services, I manufacture bicycles, I manufacture a bicycle part, sell them, get money, cash, that is inflow. Cash received on royalties, fees, commissions, other revenue, all these are items of inflow. What are the items of outflow? Cash payment made for purchase of goods and services. For manufacturing bicycles, I need lot of goods and services, I pay for them, that is outflow. Cash payment to or on behalf of my employees, cash goes out, outflow. Cash payment made to insurance premium, towards insurance premium. cash payment made towards income tax. All these are items of outflow, right? So, insurance company, raw material purchase, other services, payment made to employees, workers, laborers, wages, salary, right? All these are outflows. So, we have discussed introduction, objectives, benefits, cash and cash equivalent, cash flows, classification of activities required for preparation of cash flow statement, and cash flow from operating activities. Operating activities means main, principal, primary activity of the enterprise. Whatever cash flows from that, that is called cash flow from operating activities, which we have discussed here in detail, right? I hope you found it easy to understand. In case of any difficulty, you may please approach me on my email ID, which will be there at the thumbnail to the video. Thank you very much.